So we want to welcome to the program right now, Dean McDermott. Good morning, Dean. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Let me give a quick little shout out to all your accomplishments. A veteran film and television actor. You've been in a bunch of different stuff. 1-800-MISSING, Due South, Open Range. I like that Open Range, by the way. You and your wife Tori Spelling. You have had how many different reality shows on TV?
I believe.
So
five?
you've lost count too.
In Love, Home Sweet Hollywood. Then we had a wedding show, and then we did a Cabin Fever. We did a Cottage Makeover, and then the True Tory. So yeah, 5.
That's quite a few. And then
quite a few.
And you've been on.
Reality TV has been good to us.
Has it now? Because I want to ask you about that. Are we allowed to talk about some of the stuff that has obviously been out there on the reality shows? You know, the alleged cheating and some of these other things been going. Has that been good for you guys?
You always look at for the light at the end of the tunnel, or you look for why did this happen? Why did this bad thing happen to me, to us, or to you? And you try to find the good in it. And through all of this hard time and this tragedy that we've gone through, we've come out the other end even stronger. Our relationship is better. We're more in love. Our family unit is tighter. I'm more present as a dad. I'm in recovery, and things are going really great. I have a truly blessed life and a great little family.
Well, that's awesome.
That's through all the hardship. We've come out the other end better.
I've got to ask you one question because this was posed to me by my sister when she found out I was going to be talking to you. And I had to kind of look back on the timeline. You both left other relationships and came together in 2006 and got married. At that point, also Tori lost her dad, Aaron. Did you at any point have the opportunity to meet him prior to his death?
Yes, I met him once, and unfortunately he was pretty sick. But I've certainly heard wonderful stories about the man. I've definitely seen his work and what he's accomplished. But everything I heard about Mr. Spelling, when I met him that one time, I could see. Even in his sickness, you could see the great man that he was, and the charming, caring guy that he was. It was quite special. And unfortunately, I wish I had been able to spend more time with him because he was really an intriguing guy.
Let's talk about what we're here to talk about. And this is a cookbook, and I've had a chance just to look through a little bit. I get hungry looking at it. It's called The Gourmet Dad. One dish, two ways.
And I'm doing my job.
Well, and what's unique about this is, now, are these recipes that you developed or you've borrowed them from other people and tweaked them a little bit? Where did they come from, all these recipes in here?
They've come from anywhere and everywhere. There's a few of my mom's recipes in there. And as a cook, and a foodie, you just take in ideas from everywhere, whether it's from a 5-star restaurant to a fast food joint. I have a lot of cookbooks. I flip through them for inspiration, and I put things together and piece things together. So it really does. It comes from everywhere. It comes from being excited about food and eating, and really paying attention to what another chef or cook has put into a dish, and see how things work together, and then expand on that, or add something to it, or take something away from it. So it's really a great creative process, which is what I love about it so much. It is so creative.
And I would say we should point out that you are a professionally trained chef. You used to host a cooking series called Chop Canada, so you're just not a Joe Blow like myself who likes to get in the kitchen and cook a little bit.
Yeah, I consider myself a pretty damn good cook. I've had training. I've worked in a lot of restaurants in my life, and I feel really blessed. I get a chance to put out a cookbook, and not a lot of people can say that, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feeling to be able to say, yeah, I got a cookbook out.
So what's unique about this cookbook is, as we said, it's the title, again, the subtitle, One Dish, Two Ways, because you have recipes in here that maybe for you and Tori, how you would enjoy it. But because you've got 5 kids, there's also an adjustment to each one of the recipes that makes it maybe a little more palatable for the kids.
For the little ones, yes. I got tired of being a short order cook at mealtime because this one only wants butter noodles, this one wants chicken fingers, this one wants grilled cheese, and then, you're making a dish for the grown-ups. So I just remember growing up, I ate what my parents ate, or I went to bed hungry. So I was like, okay, there's something here. So I came up with the Gourmet Dad, and it's a recipe for the grown-ups, and then using the same ingredients with a few tips and tricks and omissions and some creativity, make it kid-friendly. So, we were going back to eating what your parents eat, just in a little different way.
Something I've asked other people that have had some cookbooks for us. How many of the ingredients would you say the average kitchen or cupboards or pantry will have in them versus having to do specific, unique shopping for the ingredients?
Oh, there's pretty much everything you can find in your refrigerator or your local grocery store. There's nothing crazy or fancy in it, and if you can't find it, then substitute what you think would be best. I had porcini mushrooms in a recipe, and they happen to be really pricey right now this time of season. Just use button mushrooms, just regular old button mushrooms. So I'm not getting crazy meats flown in from around the world. It's stuff you can find at your local grocers.
Oh, look at this. Dean's Sunday Gravy. The picture of that. Boy, that looks good.
That's one of my favorites. That's something you start in the morning and you just let it low simmer all day and go about your day hanging out with your family, and you come home and boil up some pasta and you got a meal.
Oh, yeah, and the whole house smells good. And it just...
so good.
I'm hungry. How often do you cook actually with the kids beside you helping and learning?
Well, as of late, it's every day. Anytime I step in the kitchen, they're like, "What are we making, Dad? Can I help?" So it's pretty much I'd say it's 5 out of 7 days a week.
Well, that's awesome, and the kids love that. And I know when I've cooked with my kids, they take that then later on in life, and it seems like it extends out. So.
Well, I think it's a great lesson. It was a lesson that was bestowed upon me by my mom, and it's fed me and it's put a roof over my head. I was able to make money and make a living cooking. So I just think it's something that everybody should know and everybody can do. I don't believe in when people say I can't cook. Everybody can. It may take you a little longer to get to that point where you're comfortable and happy with what you're putting out.
Dean, I appreciate you.
A lot of things and oversalt a lot of things, but you're going to get there.
Yeah, if you make a little mistake, just try again and keep on going and enjoy what you've made.
Absolutely. Some of the best lessons in life are through mistakes.
There you go, and you've lived and learned through a number of those. Dean
I
McDermott, the Gourmet Dad, One Dish, Two Ways. It's a fun cookbook. I can't wait to use it in the kitchen. Try it tonight, probably. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
All right. Have a terrific day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.